2006 BMW X3 Vanos hose replacement. I'm Brian Essick from How To Automotive, and I'm going to walk you through the steps of replacing that. Okay, to get started, to remove the oil line for the Vanos here, is the first thing I'm actually going to do is remove the Airbox and air cleaner assembly. So I'm just pop up the clips all the way around the air cleaner, pop those off. Then I'm going to unplug the mass airflow sensor, like so. Take the hose clamp loose from the air boot here and remove the whole lid assembly. And you just work the little air boot that plugs in here to the vent here. Just kind of work it out like that. And you set the whole assembly aside. Then you're going to remove the air filter, and then go ahead and remove the two 10mm bolts here. And then this wire loom here is going to have a little, it's supposed to have a little, yeah, it was unhooked on this one. So you're going to pull this wire loom off and set it aside, and then you're going to lift the whole air box. So now we're going to take a 19mm wrench and use the box end and loosen the bolt here at the hose, and then screw out the banjo bolt. And there's going to be two washers on them. We're going to try to catch them. We're not going to reuse them. We're going to use new washers, but you don't want them falling into the belt or anything. So once you get these out, try to catch both the banjo bolt and the washers. As you can see there. Now we're going to follow the line down to where it mounts on the other end of the oil filter housing. And if you flare the power steering return hose here, or feed hose, out of the way, and if you look right here, there's a pressure switch. Right behind the pressure switch is the fitting for the banjo bolt. And you can get a wrench right behind here. Be careful not to touch the alternator with the wrench. So you can get the wrench back there like that, and right on the banjo bolt, and crack it free. And then you can spin it off too. And the same thing is going to have the two washers. You want to be careful not to try to retrieve both washers and the banjo bolts at the same time. Now that you got both of the bolts off, you can just grab the hose and kind of just pull it through like that. So you're going to need to get the washers too. So the first thing we're going to do is open our packages up, and then what we'll do is match up the end that has a slight little curve like that is the one that went downwards like this. So you want to make sure you got it the right way. So as you can see, the end with the slight little bend in it is going to go down like this. So I'm going to feed it down the way it came out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach behind, kind of give it a test fit, like to see how it fits in there, and make sure that I got it routed right. And once I'm confident that it's routed pretty in the right way, then I'll go ahead and start the bolt, the washers, and the banjo bolt. So I went ahead and put a washer on the banjo bolt, slid it through, put the washer on, and then started it here a couple threads. And we're just going to run it up a couple threads like this and leave it kind of loose until we get everything, the other end started and tightened up. So next we're going to do is put a washer on this one, and then put it through the hose, and then put the other washer on. This is going to be kind of a tough one, and it just takes a little patience and a little feel to do this. So as you can see, it's going to be a little tight fit, so you're going to take the bolt, flare the hose out of the way, reach around and start it through the hose first. And once you got it started through the hose first, then you can slip the other washer on. And it just takes a little finessing. Okay, so I got the washer started. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but now I'm just gonna put it on the little spout and start the bolt. And I can see in here, and I can see that I have both washers, and you should be able to too, with certain angles. And then once you get it screwed in all the way, then you can take your wrench and tighten it up, and you're just going to tighten it up so it's snug, and then maybe a little quarter more turn to kind of feel the copper washers crush down a little bit, and that's it. You don't need a lot of pressure on this. Now that the bottom hose is on and tight, go ahead and finish running up the top hose, and you can go ahead and tighten it. And you can also angle this hose at certain angles and kind of hold it in place with your fingers, and that, you know, to give it the best way to line the route, you know, so there's no pressure on it. And then once you get it there, you can just snug it up a couple turns, and that's it. Now we're going to reinstall our Airbox and our air cleaner. To reinstall the Airbox, we want this little notch here to sit over this little plastic piece here, or rubber piece here. It'll sit over that, and then the air snorkel will tuck up inside here. So you'll rotate it in kind of like this, and then you rotate it down until the slots line up down on the bottom and the bolt holes line up here on the top. And once you achieve that, then you start the bolts and tighten. You can reinstall the little wire loom holder here on the Airbox. And then in my case, I'm putting in a new air filter. So if your air filter was fine, put your old air filter in, and then tuck your air snorkel in first here, and then put it down and snap all the lids on, and then put your air boot on, and then you're going to plug your mass airflow sensor back in and tighten all the clamps. The last step would be to double check your oil level, start the car up and check for leaks, and then if that's good, you would clean everything off. That'll complete the Vanos hose replacement on a 2006 BMW X3. I'm Brian Esser from How To Automotive. I'd like to thank you guys for watching my videos, encourage you to subscribe, and invite you to come over to the howtoautomotive.com website for more valuable videos like this. Thank you again.